Good evening, I hope everyone's well today, thank you for watching. I wanted to lay out some constitutional principles on how either Ben Habib, Rupert Lowe, Nick Tenkoni could become the next Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. People can say, Cheshire, you're talking out of your ear end. Damien, what are you talking about? I'm going to explain a few principles of the way our system is run in the United Kingdom, and it may surprise you. First of all, our Prime Minister is a Prime Minister. We're in a parliamentary system in the United Kingdom. This is not like America, this is not like other countries, alright? The Prime Minister is the first among equals. All MPs are equal in the House of Commons. The only difference between any other MP and the Prime Minister is that a majority of the MPs support him. Technically, you don't even need to be an MP. I could be Prime Minister tomorrow. In fact, I think I'd make a far better job than Keir Starmer. I know that's damning with faint praise, but that's the point I'm making. If I commanded the majority of the House of Commons, I could be Prime Minister. Simple as that. The King would ask me to form a government and I would say, well, yes, that's fine, sir. There we go. That's the way it works. Ever wonder why over 400 Labour MPs in Parliament are keeping the Prime Minister in power? All of these really shocking policies they put through. The farmers' tax, removing the winter fuel payments, hammering benefits claimants, slashing all this, and we can't even get bins collected in Birmingham. There's just a few. Oh yeah, and selling off the farmland to Blackhawk, let's not forget about that. Of course, that's just a conspiracy theory. Don't quote me on that, I'm just of that opinion. Why? Because none of them are independently wealthy, none of them have brand recognition beyond the Labour Party. Take a relative of mine. She voted for my MP, who decked the constituents and has since resigned, Mike Aimsbury, not because of who he is, but because of the team he's on, the Red Team, Labour Party. Okay? All the MPs that are elected in Parliament, with the exception of a few, are there for two reasons. They're not independently wealthy, and they needed financing because they weren't independently wealthy, and they didn't have a brand recognition of the Labour Party. Those are the only two things that a political party is useful for: brand recognition, ground game financing. That's it. Rupert Lowe, formerly of Reform UK, didn't have them fund the campaign, he funded it himself, and he was elected under the Reform UK banner. That's the first point I want to make. I'll move on to point 2 in a moment. Now I've finished with point number 1, the meat of the video is, once you're elected as MP, you've got all the power. There is no point in having an MP if they just vote with the party whip. All of these people that are against, like, removing the winter fuel payments or the farm tax, any of these policies, they could have resigned the whip, remained an MP and been an independent. Simple as that. And they could have forced Keir Starmer out. Say for example the 400 or over 400 Labour MPs mass resigned from the Labour Party and formed the largest group in Parliament, an independent group. Keir Starmer would have no choice but to go because he no longer has support of the House of Commons. That moves on to the meat, as I say, the substance, which is Rupert Lowe's not going anywhere, he's going to be in the next Parliament. If other based people like Ben Habib and Nick Tenkoni get in, any of these three could be the next Prime Minister. We just need the majority of MPs to vote for them as Prime Minister. They don't even need to be in the same political party. You could have 500, 600 independent MPs and they just pick one of them to become Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the First Lord of the Treasury. It's not the Chancellor, she is the Second Lord of the Treasury. That's the way our system works in the United Kingdom. First among equals. All MPs are created equally. It's as simple as that. Say Reform UK, for example, win the next election. The MPs could mass resign and form an independent party. Let's call it the Independents. And they could appoint any one of their number as Prime Minister. Or they could appoint Rupert Lowe, or they could get the King to appoint Nick Tanconi, Ben Habib, or any other base person, Stephen Wolfe. Any of these people can be Prime Minister. That is the beauty of the system. It's just all the MPs that we have in Parliament, or at least 99% of them, are non-playable characters. They're just there to tick a box. It's a shame. It's a shame, because we've got no principles in Parliament. A lot of people are ignorant of how our system works in the United Kingdom, and you need to get clued up and you need to know how it works. I hope this has been informative, and I thank you for watching. The final thing I'd like to say is that a lot of people are suspicious of Nigel. They're suspicious of Nigel Farage and his motives. I reserve judgment. He has got a pretty poor track record. A lot of people are clinging on to Nigel as brand recognition for reform. I've said this before, I'll say it again, and I'll continue to vent my spleen on this particular point. No party can be just one politician. You need a broad team of people around you to support you, and you need to be able to delegate. I appreciate your time. I will see you in the next video. My advice to Nick Tanconi and Ben Habib and other base people is get your act together. We've got a country to save. Thank you.